welcome back to another tutorial. Hope you're doing great. Thank you so much guys for coming back. My name is Cynthia. If you're here for the first time, you're most welcome to the family. In today's video, I'm going to be showing us how to make this collar stand yoke flare dress. So that's what we're going to be making. I'm making it for a client. So I have 4 yards of satin fabric here, and there are 2.5 yards of organza fabric. This is satin fabric and this is organza fabric. So we'll go ahead and then fold our fabric on the table. I'll be cutting out the front and the back together. There is no zip or slit at the back. I'll be adding the slit to the front part. I'll fold my fabric into two. I folded my fabric this way. I folded into two because I'm cutting out the front and the back together. After folding the fabric into two, I will grab it right from here. Turn it like so. Twist it to the other side. Doesn't want it too wide. So we don't want to make it complete triangle, but it's just like a triangle. If you want it fuller than this, you can shift it more forward. The more you fold, the fuller effect you get. So I will check if it's up to the length I'm looking for. The length of the dress is 55 inches. Yeah, this is fine. So we're done folding the fabric. We'll go ahead and place the measurement. Shoulder measurement is 18 inches divided by 2 is 9 inches. I will go to this upper part and look for where 9 inches fall into. I will add ½ inch for sewing allowance. So I have my 9.5 inches here. I will be using 3.5 inches for the wideness of the neck. That is the neck width. The back depth is 1 inch and the front depth is 2 inches. I will make a curve here. So I'm making the front and the back curve. I marked 2 inches for the front because I don't want the front to be too deep because of the collar we'll be adding to it. 1 inch. I will go to the shoulder side here, mark 1 inch for shoulder slope. I will connect the shoulder slope to the neckline. Right from the shoulder slope here, I will mark half of the armhole measurement. Around armhole measurement is 19 inches divided by 2. So it's either you divide the bust by 6 plus 1.5 or you measure the round armhole measurement divided by 2. So for this, I will mark 9.5 inches for the armhole measurement. So I will still measure the shoulder measurement right on this 9.5 inches. I will make a line here. This is now our chest line. Right on this chest line, I will place 1/4 of her bust measurement here. Her bust measurement is 48 inches. Divided by 4 is 12 inches. I will mark 12 inches here. I will add 1 inch for ease and 1 inch for sewing allowance. I will also make a line here. I will look for the midpoint of this armhole measurement. The midpoint is 4 3/4. So I will connect it like so. This is the back armhole measurement. And to get the front armhole, I will go inside by 3/4 of an inch because of the size of our bust. So right from here, I will connect this Right from here, I will take it to the down part. I will place my tape like so, and then take the length of the dress. The dress length is 53 inches. I'll be adding 1 inch for sewing allowance. That's 54 inches. Before I take the length of the dress, I will mark out the yoke. The yoke is 6.5 inches. I'm taking the same length for both the front and the back. This is 6.5 inches. So I will make a line here. I'll make a straight line here. The lower part, so I will add 1/2 inch for sewing allowance. I will add 1/2 inch for sewing allowance here, because I'm adding 1/2 inch here. So I'll add 1/2 inch for sewing allowance here. This is the shoulder side. 1/2 inch is for the upper part, and then the remaining 1 inch, I will use 1 inch for the lower part. If I'm using the yoke to cut out the organza fabric, I will also add 1/2 inch to join it here. So I will take the length of the dress. I'll place my tape like so here and measure 54 inches round. So I'll place the tape here, measure 54 inches round. So that's it. I will go ahead and cut it out. I'm cutting out the back neckline. So this is the back armhole. So I've cut it out. I will be cutting out this yoke part. I'm cutting out the front and the back together. So I'll bring out the front part and cut out this 3/4 inch and the neckline. So this is the front armhole. Cut out the neckline. I'll go ahead and cut this out. I'm going to double the organza because it's very light. Okay, I'm going to double it. So I'll leave 1/2 inch for sewing allowance here. This is the front. This is the back. So we'll go ahead and cut out the sleeves. I will fold my fabric in a triangle form. So the sleeve length is 22 inches. I'll be adding about 4 to 5 inches band here. So if you minus 4 inches from 22 inches, you'll be left with 18 inches. So I'll be cutting out 18 inches. I might add about 3 inches to that 18 inches. So that by the time you add the sleeve band, it will bounce off I'll add 3 inches to 18 inches. That's 21 inches plus 1 is sewing allowance. That's 22 inches. See if this is up to 21 inches after I minus the. Alright, I have about 21 inches here. I'll mark 10.5 inches here. So 9.5 inches is the armhole measurement. I'll use 1 inch for sewing allowance. I'll go down by 4 inches. So I'll still mark 10.5 inches here. I will connect it like so. So right from here, I will mark 22 inches round. So my taper is here, right on this place, right on the head here. So I'll connect it and cut it out. I'm cutting it out. So this is the sleeve. I will use this to cut out the other side. So the reason why I cut it out like a flare at the bottom is because I will be making a gather here. The upper part will still remain the same. So on this side, this lower part, I have about 30 inches here. I will gather this to the measurement of the round sleeve. So that is why this side is wider than the upper part. So guys, we are done with the cutting. We'll go ahead and put the fabric together. I will make a front slit. So I will just make it like so. See how I'm making it. See, I'll just make a curve here. Just curve it like so. So I'll leave about ½ inch at the bottom here. And we cut it like so. The curve look like sweetheart curve, so I will place them against each other and stitch them together. I will stitch it like so. I will start from the shoulder because I want to join the two together with 1/4 inch here to the other shoulder in this side. So after stitching it, I will turn it right from here. I will do the same thing for the back side. So the back neckline remains the same. I will stitch the shoulder, the neckline in the side, then turn it inside out. So guys, I finished stitching the neckline. So I just stitched the neckline and turn it inside out and then stitch the side round. I did the same thing for the back side. I've already attached the back to the lower part. So we go ahead and attach this to the lower part. So this is the right side of the lower part. I will turn this like so and use ½ inch to join them together. I've already done the back side. So guys, I'm done joining the yoke to the lower part. This is the back side. So make sure you press it very well after stitching it round. This is the front part. So next is for us to join the front and the back together. We use ½ inch to join the shoulders and use 1 inch to join the side. I will do the same thing for this side. So guys, I'm done joining the sides together. This is the lower part and this is the back. So I'll set this aside. What we are going to do next is to work on the sleeves. So this is one of the sleeves. I've joined them together. Remember, we cut out 2 on each side just to give it more volume. Remember, I said I'll be adding about a 4 inches band to it. So this is my band. So her round armhole here is 10 inches and the lower part is 9 inches. I'm cutting out 2 as well. I fold the band into 2. And the length of the band is 5 inches. So here is 10 inches. So this side will go to the upper part. Folded into 2 is 5 inches. So I have 5 inches here. Then add 1 inch for sewing allowance. That is 6 inches. And for the lower part here is 9 inches. Folded into 2 is 4.5 inches. So also add 1 inch for sewing allowance. That's 5.5 inches for this lower part. So I folded it into 2. I will stitch them together here. And I'm done stitching the sleeve band. I will go ahead and attach the normal sleeve to the sleeve band. I will open this up. I will stitch them together. As I stitch it, I will gather these to the measurement of the sleeve cuff. I will turn it like so. Right side facing right side. Join them together here. I'll do the same thing for the other sleeve. So guys, I'm done attaching the bands to the sleeve. And this is the gather. After making the gather, I turn it to the wrong side and use 1 inch to join the sleeve together. So we attach this to the upper part, but before I will do that, I will measure the neckline and cut out the collar. So the collar will start from here. So I'll bring it a little bit down, 3 inches down from the mid shoulder. And I'll mark this side also. I'll measure it round. I have 16 inches here. So I will fold the organza into 2 and cut out 17 inches because I'll add 1 inch for sewing allowance. I will still be cutting out double because I want it to stand very well. So I'll fold it into 2 like so. I'm cutting out 2 also. Fold it into 2 and fold it this way again. The length of the collar is 5.5 inches plus sewing allowance. I measure 16 inches. I will divide the 16 inches by 2 because I folded the fabric into 2. 16 divided by 2 is 8 inches plus 1 is sewing allowance. That's 9 inches. So I'll mark 9 inches here. So I will look for the midpoint of this. I just want to make a little curve here. So this is the midpoint. So from here, I'll go inside about 3/4 of an inch. So I'll make a curve right from here to the midpoint. I just want that curve just at the front side here. I'll cut it out. Let me open it up to see how it's gonna look. I will open up this side. So I have 2 for the upper part and 2 for the down side. I will go ahead and stitch it like so. I will leave 1/2 inch here on sew because I will be using this 1/2 inch to join it to the neckline. I will start stitching it right from here to this place, leave 1/2 inch unsewed here and turn it inside out. So I will attach this to the dress. I will turn the dress to the wrong side and tuck the sleeve inside. Right side facing right side. I will match the side seam together. the sleeve side seam and the dress side seam. I will use half inch to join them together. I will do the same thing for the other side. So guys, I finished attaching the sleeves to the dress. It's looking beautiful already. And I've also stitched the collar. So I left this half inch unsewed. I will use this to attach to the neckline. I will go ahead and attach this to the neckline. You take the collar, you look for the midpoint of the back and the midpoint of the collar. You will match them together like so. So you stitch it round, stitch it up to here. Then you take this side, stitch it up to here. You use a 1/4 of an inch or half inch to stitch it. After stitching the first one, you will take this, use it to cover up the first stitch and stitch it around again. So guys, I'm done attaching the collar to the neckline. We're done with the dress. This is the lower part. Don't forget to hem the lower part of the dress. This is the back. So we have come to the end of today's tutorial. Thank you so much guys for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you're watching me for the first time, subscribe to my channel, and also don't forget to turn on your notification bell so you get to know whenever I upload new video. Thank you so much. Love you guys. Bye.